I wanted to talk a little bit about dealing with eczema and extremely severely dry skin. I have a little bit of experience in it myself, and I just wanted to give you guys some tips and some products to use if you're dealing with anything along that realm. First off, I had a huge breakout, that's what I'm going to call them. Not acne, but an eczema breakout, reaction of some sort about 2 years ago now. And it was horrible. I'm going to put some pictures for you to see throughout this, but it was horrible. It started around my mouth area. I got a very dry. It ended up turning into it hurt to smile, to brush my teeth, to eat because it was dry. And if I opened my mouth too wide, it would crack and bleed. It also, at the same time that it was around my mouth, it was starting around my eye area. So underneath my eyes and above on my brow bone, which I'm still to this day always sensitive, along right here, along my brow bone. I get red, blotchy skin. So it started on my face, and I also had it on my wrists, my inner elbow area, as well as my hands. And it started out, and I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was dry skin. And my lips were getting really sensitive. I had all little bumps around the exterior of my lips. I was putting Blistex on, which is the worst thing that you can do because it's medicated Blistex with menthol in there, and it just irritated it even more. So I was doing that. I wasn't really taking care of my skin at the time. This was before I really started caring about skincare. So I wasn't taking care of my skin, and it ended up into this huge reaction, which you'll see. And that was I would cry because it hurt so much and it itched, and I couldn't scratch it because it would just make it worse. And I went to the doctors multiple times, and nobody could really tell me what it was. But I do know for the most part that where I get it above my eyes and around my mouth is eczema. I know this now. And it created a huge reaction because I would scratch it and I would rub and irritate it even more. I was also applying makeup at this time, which you really shouldn't do because it's just going to make it even worse. My hands got really bad, and it's a different kind of eczema, which I should have looked up the word before starting this video. I can't remember it right now, but it's a different kind of eczema because they're little dots. They look kind of like pimples, and if you pop them, what's in there can spread. It's not contagious to other people, but it can spread onto your hand and make the eczema even worse. So I had it starts in between your fingers, and then it spreads everywhere. I had it on my entire hand, and that, I have to say, was very painful. It ended up creating my hands became swollen, and I couldn't bend my fingers properly because the eczema had gotten so bad. It was so itchy that I would just scratch and scratch. I was sleeping and I'd be scratching my hands, making them bleed, making them raw. It really was painful to wash my hands. I hated washing my hands. I was there trying to avoid anything dirty so that I didn't have to wash my hands. So I really avoided that like the plague. On my body, it wasn't so bad. On the inside of my elbows, it would get itchy, and that's why I still have it now, but it wasn't as bad of a reaction on my body as it was on my hands and my face. So I have to say I'm really experienced with the eczema, and the number one thing that you can do, there's no way to get rid of eczema. It's always going to be there throughout your life. You need to know the signs of when you're going to have an outbreak, a reaction or whatever, and prevent it. So number one thing for preventing it is definitely, if you have eczema, you have sensitive skin right off the bat, because eczema is a reaction. Your skin, it's reacting to something that you're having an allergic reaction to. So you really definitely be careful when you're trying new products. Don't try 100 things at the same time, because you need to know what will cause a reaction. I know right now that Cetaphil, the moisturizer, not the cleanser, but the Cetaphil moisturizer causes a reaction. I started using it after I had gotten the eczema because I was I need something gentle for my face. And it caused an even worse reaction. I had little red bumps all over my skin. So I know that I'm allergic to that. Not everyone is. I personally am. Something in there I'm allergic to. So you definitely need to know the signs. So I'm going to first start talking about the face. But during these breakouts, if you get eczema on the face like I did, you need to keep the products that you're using. Sorry, my nose is itchy. You need to keep the products that you're using simple. Wash your face and moisturize it. Don't even tone it. Don't add serums, nothing. You really need to keep it very simple. During this time, I was using Paula's Choice, the cleanser. I don't have it anymore, but I was using that, and it wasn't, I could tell that it wasn't making me break out even more. It was just gently cleansing my skin, which is what you need to do. You need to make sure to cleanse your skin anyways. And I was using the Paula's Choice moisturizer as well. Now, I haven't had any recent huge breakouts, and I've been keeping it at bay. I've been cleaning my skin with the soy face cleanser, which if you're allergic to soy, obviously this won't work for you. But it's really gentle on my skin. It doesn't cause my reactions. It doesn't make what happened before come back. So I continue to use that. Make sure to be using gentle products. I don't know what to say if you have acne prone skin and you have eczema at the same time, because then you obviously want to treat your acne, but you need to keep the eczema at bay. So I'm sorry, I have no advice for those of you who have like had those two problems at once. Go see a dermatologist. But yeah, so use that. Also, your skin, when you have eczema and it gets to a certain point where it's just completely dry, you do need to take off the dryness. But you need to be very careful when you're doing that. So the two exfoliators that I would recommend, the one that I was using when I had the breakout was the Physiological Ultrafine Scrub from La Roche-Posay. This stuff worked wonders, very, very fine. I was able to do it around my eye area, be very, very gentle. It took off the extra dry skin. This is also very gentle. It's the Neutrogena Pore Refining Daily Scrub. It does have a fragrance in here though, so that you need to be careful with, but I haven't noticed it causing a reaction for me. But this is very similar and a lot less expensive than the La Roche-Posay. So make sure to gently exfoliate, not too often, twice a week, because you don't want to cause any more reactions for your skin. Gently exfoliate everything away. For your lips, when I had my reaction, it started around my lips, I was using Vaseline, because I noticed that everything else I was using was causing even more of a breakout. So I used Vaseline, but that doesn't really hydrate your lips. It just creates a barrier. So especially when I went outside in the cold, because this of course happened in the winter, I put the Vaseline on it, created a barrier so that it didn't have any more reactions. I was also using around that time the Rosebud Salve. So this stuff was great for my lips. This did hydrate. So definitely be careful with any lip products that have menthol in them, anything like that. And like I said, just try not to wear makeup. I know it was hard because I was going to work and I actually had someone who was delivering a package to my work. I signed for it and I'm avoiding his eye contact because I looked, well, you saw what I looked like. So I'm avoiding his eye contact and he says to me, "Are you okay? Like, what's wrong with you?" And I almost had a conniption fit. Like, what if I looked like that? What if that's just how I looked? What if I had a disease? What if, like, no, you don't say that to someone. If I was a little bit fat, would he have asked if I was pregnant? It was just so improper the way that he spoke to me. And it wasn't like, "Are you okay?" It was like a, "What's wrong with you?" kind of thing. And I was just, I was not happy. Also, you saw the pictures of my hands. Someone I was working with at the time, I like touched him to tell him to do something because I was his manager. I just touched him like on the arm or something, I don't remember. And he looks at me and says, "Don't touch me. Like, with your hands, are you contagious?" He was so absolutely rude. So I really need people to understand that you have eczema. It's not contagious. It is a skin condition. It is just extremely dry skin that is irritated at the slightest thing. It could be the detergent that you wash your sheets with. It could be, I don't know, like a perfume that you use. I wasn't wearing perfume because it would just cause, even more reaction. Like if you put it on your wrist, imagine it went on my hand. Like it could be anything. So that was really hard to handle. But anyways, so that's pretty much it for your face, except I didn't have this at the time. But now when I notice that I'm getting red and like scaly skin above my eye, I use the Sea Berry Moisturizing Face Oil. And it really, really helps it. I didn't have it at the time. What I was using, and what I do still use if I notice that it's getting really bad, is just cortisone cream. You don't need to get a prescription to get this. It's just the 0.05. You can just pick this up off the shelf. If you're getting a higher dosage, then you need prescription. But this stuff here is what I used. But it's just, you need to be really careful because I was putting it around my mouth, and this is like, it's not good for your skin. So I was putting it around my mouth and under my eyes and over my eyes. You just need to be really careful when you're using this. So I wouldn't recommend it unless you go see a doctor. I did go see a doctor and he got me that. He put me on allergy pills. I was taking like a steroid, which was cortisone, but in pill form. It tasted so bad. Like that pill, I don't know, they couldn't have coated it with anything better. It tasted horrible. Another doctor gave me like, I called them my itchy pills. They were like anti-itch so that I didn't scratch. And then I was taking like Zantac because of all the pills I was taking was like hurting my stomach. So I did go see doctors, but I don't have a family doctor, so it was really difficult. I was constantly seeing different doctors. I did go to an allergy test, but he just did the normal allergy test and nothing came up other than what I already knew. So I have to say, in this instance, doctors were not very helpful. But anyways, if you're suffering from severely dry skin or eczema on your body, just like the face oil that I'm using, they also have the Sea Berry Restorative Body Cream. It does have the scent to it, but they're the natural like oil scents and everything like that. I put this on like my inner elbow area where I start to get itchy. If I can like catch it in time, I put this on instead of the cortisone cream. For all over your body, use a unscented moisturizer. Vaseline has the kind that's unscented. I have this one from Uriage. It's the Eczema Crème Émollient Universal. Peau très sèche, peau à tendance atypique. Oh, they have it in English, of course. Very dry skin and skin prone to atopy, which is like when you have dermatology, sensitive skin, okay? So it's this stuff here. I use this before going to bed. It's hard to squeeze out though, that's what I hate about this. But it just doesn't have a smell. Not really anyways, it just smells like smell. Yeah, no perfume, no parabens, hypoallergenic. It's good for babies, kids, adults. It says face and body. I don't use it on my face. So just use that all over. The best thing to do if you have eczema is to prevent it. You know the signs, you know the steps you have to take, and just prevent it. If you have severely dry skin on your whole body, make sure that you exfoliate your body a lot because you need to get off the dry skin. If you're just slapping moisturizer over dry skin, think of it. This is your skin. This is the dry skin. You're putting cream. It's not going anywhere. You need to take off the dry skin for the moisturizer to actually touch your skin. What you could do is, instead of using like a body scrub, because it's hard to find a body scrub that's gentle enough, just use one of those like poofs, like the loofahs, to gently exfoliate your skin. You just need to be careful and know what you're dealing with. Another thing I would say is vitamin E really helped me. I bought the capsules and you could take it, but also you puncture the capsule open. It's the vitamin E oil, and I applied that around my lips. It really helps the healing process speed up. It helps with any like scarring, which I didn't have any scarring for my eczema. Before I had eczema, I didn't have dry skin. It's like after that reaction, now I have extremely dry skin, and it's just like that. So those are the only things I could tell you. I shared a little bit of my experience with my eczema. It came back twice, like throughout that time, and ever since I've been able to prevent it. So that I am very, very happy about. And I have to say, honestly, as much as like I wear makeup now and I don't like going out without makeup, I went out looking like I did with my face swollen and red and raw and dry. And after it went away, my confidence went up. I was like, you know what? I don't need makeup to make me beautiful, because I really, really felt awful when I was going through that. And my boyfriend was so supportive. He was so, so sweet to me, telling me I'm beautiful and everything. But yeah, I don't need makeup to make me beautiful. So I am happy that reaction, it caused me to know that, you know what? Whatever, this is my face. It's back to normal now and I'm happy with it, and I don't need makeup. So that's all I have to say on the subject. If you have any questions about eczema or like what happened to me, I do have a blog post that I wrote, but I'm changing my blog around so it won't be there forever. So it depends when you're watching this. It's currently still on my blog, but I will link the 2 blog posts with more details about my experience. Those same pictures are there, so you can click on over there and watch it if you want to. If you have any questions, leave me some questions in the comments and I'll try and get back to you.